my multimedia project, I was originally going to do something with regards to nature, since I love being in the outdoors, going on hikes with my dogs, and other cool outdoorsy activities. As I went to write about it, I wasn't able to write down what I thought I would be able to, which is just talking about trees and how they contrast with each other, although they all look the same. Just some basic ideas that were bouncing around my head. I wasn't able to put it down on paper in a poem format. I ended up switching my topic of my project to do something with music. While brainstorming a whole bunch of topics, the ideas that I thought I was going to write about ended up not being the easiest to write about. So I started bouncing between ideas a whole bunch and settled on music, and one of my first times performing, the stage frights, just being scared and everything, and how music helped me open up and overcome that fear of singing in front of other people. So the reason I switched was once again because I couldn't find myself writing about something so trivial as nature when I have something like music that burns within me. So also originally in the project for pictures and stuff, I was originally going to edit most of my pictures to be black and white, because of how towards the beginning of singing and everything, I'm always scared. I always have that stage fright within me. But as I continued writing this piece, I realized that black and white just didn't go with the sort of tone that I was trying to portray. So I ended up switching over into a more colorful picture, more colorful aesthetic scheme. I felt like it captured the essence of what music does to me better than any black and white pictures could have done. So once again, I settled on the topic of music. I chose to do it because of how much it's impacted my life, and I'm pretty sure it's impacted a lot of others. I just feel like in regards to me, it's just been in such a special way that I would love to share it with other people. It's just a really cool experience how music can just open you up in ways that you never could have believed before. So far for the works that remains to be done would be mostly just the photo placements. I have most of my images. I feel like maybe while doing the placements of these photos, I might come up with new ideas for photos that I might be able to take and incorporate into the multimedia project. But coordinating which photos go with which lines and when to switch from photo to photo, photo to video, just switching between the photos, making sure they align with what I want them to within the poem itself, that still needs some work to be done. The poem itself I'm pretty happy with. However, I feel like, after in a day or so, I feel like I'd like to go back and touch it up to make sure that it's exactly how I want it to be. I don't want there to be any last minute decisions just way too far advanced for me to be able to change, which would result in me being not happy with my work. So once again, a big struggle. One of the biggest challenges that I've been facing so far during this multimedia project would be matching my photos to my words. In my mind, I have an image of what I want. Every stanza, every line, I have an image of what I want it to be connected to. So to have the right to have the right background setting, lighting for me to get the picture, the desired picture that I want, that's a challenge, especially because I'm a perfectionist. I really want, if I have an image, I want to see it out. I want to see it in real life on my computer screen. So it's just been a challenge getting the perfect photos and settings that I want for this poem in particular. So now that I finished the multimedia project, I'm pretty amazed. I'm really proud of the color palette that I chose for my images. I kind of made it this like one of my favorite colors, like, you know, this mix between purple and like blue, and just like I just really like this color scheme that I came up with. I like how the pictures flow into one another. I'm just really proud with that. Just the images, I don't know, the images itself, just I feel really happy with how they turned out and how they just flow into one another. For strengths, I think that this poem topic was definitely the right choice. It was something that I was able to talk about freely while also being passionate about, which comes a little hard for me. Just singing does that for me, music in general does that for me, so I'm really happy that I stuck with this topic because I feel like it was such a cool thing to get down on paper and then now in like a visual representation form. For weaknesses, this kind of ties into what I had as a challenge in my before recording from before I finished this whole project up. Just how the photo and my words, I wanted the photos to connect with the words that I have in my poem. I think I did an okay job with it. I definitely think that some photos that I've been trying to take didn't come out the way that I wanted exactly 100%. I do think that the combination of photo and verbal parts of the poem connect in a way that like I really like. But I still think it's like one of the weaker parts of this multimedia project. Something that I'm really proud about and that I really like is the poem. I'm happy with my word choice and how as a writer, I'm a more tell and not show kind of writer. It's one of my downfalls, as my English teachers before have told me. So I like how I was able to step out of my comfort zone a little and do a lot more showing with my words instead of telling. I'm really proud with how that came out. I feel like that was a great improvement for me. I really like the images that I made in the poem. But since this is one of my weaknesses, I'm not really a show person, as I mentioned before. So I do feel like I could have done a little better with the word choice that I have in this poem. I feel like maybe there are some better alternatives and I'm just not thinking of that or just slipping my mind right now. But I do think that it was a really cool thing that I did. Now just looking at my project now that it's done, I feel a sense of like completion. It's just really cool to me. Whoops, sorry. It's really cool to me to start a project off knowing what you want to see and then ending it with the final product as a visual. Like you're able to see something in real life, something that you saw in your head. I just feel like that's so cool that we are able to do that, to take an image in our mind and just put it out there into the world. I feel like that's just such a cool concept, and like I just feel a sense of completion just looking at my project and seeing it how I envisioned it in my mind. Like wow, it's just really cool. I'm just really glad that we were able to do this multimedia project in this class. I just feel like it really opened up my mind to things that are important to me. Like when I used to think it was nature, it's actually music. So yeah, thank you.